So in this module, we're going to review together this idea of fault tree analysis. And fault tree analysis is an effective tool for actual or potential failure analysis, and it's followed by correction or prevention techniques. It was originally developed in the early 1960s and was used as a top-down failure analysis, primarily in safety and reliability engineering, for preventive analysis to reduce risk and prevent failure. It's now used in a wide range of industries and scenarios, and it can be conducted to determine root cause of failures as a reactive tool or predict failures as a proactive tool. In either scenario, it starts with a single top-level event or failure, and that's analyzed to determine actual or potential input faults and their causes. An action plan may be developed to eliminate or prevent causes of input failures. So let's look at the process for conducting fault tree analysis, this simple 6-step process. First, we'll select and clearly define the top-level failure. And we may use warranty records, service logs, customer complaints, performance requirements, and failure modes and effects analysis to do so. On step 2, under that top-level failure, we'll add the inputs or faults which may contribute to that top-level failure. In step 3, under each input or fault, we'll list all actual or potential causes of failure. And if available, we'll list probabilities for each cause. In step 4, we'll draw the fault tree diagram. In step 5, we'll analyze the fault tree to determine actual or potential root causes of the top-level failure. And we may use tools like cause and effect diagram or 5-why root cause analysis. In the final step, we'll define and launch an action plan with who, what, when, a 3W to correct the existing root causes, or a risk management plan to mitigate potential causes. So there are several symbols used in fault tree analysis, and I'm just going to briefly go over these, but you could pause the video now if you want to spend more time on this slide. But these different tools, there's a basic event, an external event, an undeveloped event, a conditioning event, and an intermediate event, and a transfer out to transfer to a related fault tree. So each one of these is defined, and each of the symbols are identified below for each of these types of events and so on. Some additional symbols, and we're going to use these first two. We'll use the OR gate and the AND gate in the next example. The OR gate, this event occurs if one or more of the input events occur. With the AND gate, the event occurs if all of the input events occur. So we'll take a look at those in more detail. There's also an exclusive OR gate and a priority AND gate, as well as an inhibit gate and a transfer out. And here are all of those symbols. So again, please pause the video if you wish to take a deeper look at these. So here's an example. We have a top-level failure, and that's a car crash. And we have inputs to that top-level failure. Brakes may fail, input fault 1, or hitting a sinkhole, that's input fault 2, or tire blows out, input fault 3. But we used an OR gate, and that indicates that this top-level car crash will occur when one or more of these failures happen, or it may occur. So if either the brakes fail, or we hit the sinkhole, or the tire blows out, or a combination of these, the car crash could happen. And again, if we know the probabilities, we can add those as well. Then we have inputs to fault number 2, to hitting a sinkhole. And that's the timing. Were we at the right location at the right time? Or maybe you could say the wrong location at the wrong time. Did we not see the sinkhole, and was the depth appropriate to cause a car crash? For this input fault 2 with the AND gate, that indicates all three of these things have to happen for fault number 2 to happen to cause the car crash. So that's a simple idea of using fault tree analysis. These can be very complex or they can be very simple, but they're a useful tool to understanding the causes of failures and getting to the root cause. So please don't forget to download your complimentary Excel toolboxes Those can be found at valuegenerationpartners.com by selecting the Downloads page. And toolboxes for each of these initiatives are available to download, and they contain many tools and templates that you may wish to use. So best wishes for using fault tree analysis to understand failures and inputs to failures and root causes to failures.